Happy New Year and welcome to Booking Through Life. I'm Mary and I hope you are looking forward to the new year. I hope you have some fun plans tonight. Mine, I'm going to a little New Year's Eve party and we are calling it New Year's at 9, wrapping up the party at 10. My friend said it's the old fogies home New Year's Eve party. So we can, anyway, so then we can all get a good night's sleep and we're not driving when there's hopefully there's no crazies out while we're driving home. But anyway, so I'm really looking forward to what this year has in store for me as far as reading goes. I will have a video with my reading goals coming up next, probably on New Year's Day or the day after. But today I thought I would just talk about one specific readathon that I'm going to join, and it's just for the month of January, and it's called Past and Future Readathon, and this is my TBR. Wasn't that fun? That's my title page that my husband made for me, and I think it's kind of fun. I need to put some music to it. Hopefully I'll get around to that within the next couple of weeks and before school starts back up. I'm just taking classes for fun, but I take some classes at the community college, and once that happens, I will be busy. I'm taking drawing 2 this year, or this semester. So anyway, without further ado, let's talk about my TBR and this readathon. So this readathon, the Past and Future Readathon, is hosted by 4 booktubers, and their names are Alice at Alice's Giant Bookshelf, there's Jack at Spread Bookjoy, and there's Jem at Gem of Books, and then there's Emily at Novell Novels. And I will try to link their announcement video below in case you're interested in joining. I think it sounds a lot of fun. I was kind of considering not even joining a readathon because I wanted my January to be a little bit more casual. I didn't want it to be kind of checking off a bunch of to-do lists. I wanted to finish up some books that I had wanted to read in 2022 and didn't get to. So, and then I got a couple of books for Christmas, and this readathon just really kind of fit in and was just what I was looking for. So here goes. It's divided up into 2 categories, kind of past and future. And then there's 4 prompts for each category. So here we go. Category 1 was past. And the first prompt is a book by a favorite author. And I decided to choose L.M. Montgomery's Anne of the Island because I really love L.M. Montgomery as a writer. And I had started this series in August, and I read this. So I read the first one, Anne of Green Gables, in August. I read the second one, which I can't think off the top of my head what it's called. Anne of Avonlea, duh. And then, so the next one is Anne of the Islands. And I really this month wanted to get back into reading the actual series. During the month of September, October, and November, I was participating in the More Montgomery Challenge. And so I read a lot of wonderful L.M. Montgomery books, but I really wanted to get back into the Anne series. So that's my first prompt. The second prompt is to read a book you have had on your shelf for far too long. I have a lot of those books, but I decided to pick a book that's been on my shelf for maybe only 4 or 5 years only. And I had talked about this author in my previous video. He has a devotion that I really like. And I had started this book. I got about 3 chapters in and I did that squirrel thing where I got distracted and stopped reading it. But it's called Life in the Presence of God, Practices for Living in Light of Eternity. And really what it is talking about walking with Jesus, being in his presence, and it has some how to practice his presence. And yeah, so I think that will be really good. It's got some practical tips or practice tips. So it's got some things to do. I'm really excited about that one. I'll read that a little bit throughout the whole month until I finish it. Okay, number 3 prompt is a children's book to relive your youth. And I have 2 books for this prompt. Neither one of them are rereads for me. I did not read them when I was growing up, but they are either children's books, middle grade, or YA, I would say. And the first one I had wanted to read during October and didn't, and it's The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald. And look at that really lovely book cover that looks like it was specifically painted for this book. I'll have to find out for sure if that's true. I didn't look up the author, the artist, which I usually do, but I did not. And then the next one I want to read is Enola Holmes, The Graphic Novels, Book 1. And I'd gotten this one in November, and I love the Enola. I did that before. Enola Holmes series. The artwork in here is beautiful. I'm not quite sure if it's done by Serena Blasco or if Serena Blasco is just the author who, anyway, I'll find out more about that later. But there's also just a lot of fun, just little kind of journal type things in there. So I love that. Really looking forward to that. The 4th prompt is a book. I just have a book before I was born. So I don't know if it was set before I was born or written before I was born, but I picked one that satisfies both of those two prompts. And that's Nicholas Nickleby. I am joining Katie from Books and Things on her Mega Dixon. Let's try that again. I'm joining Katie at Books and Things from her Mega Dickens read along, and we're on book 3 in chronological order of how they were written, and that will be Nicholas Nickleby, and I don't have it yet. I found a copy, but I didn't like the cover, so I might get a different cover. So here's the magical floating book cover right here. I will probably listen to it on audio, which is how I've been reading or listening to the Dickens so far. I've been listening to them on audio. So I'm looking forward to that and glad that would fit into this readathon. Okay, so moving on to future. So prompt number 5, it was book set in the future. And one thing I learned while trying to find a book for this about myself is that I don't read a lot of futuristic books. I don't read a lot of sci-fi, and I don't read a lot of dystopian. I read a little bit, but not a whole lot. I've read the Mockingbird series and or the Hunger Games, and I've read The Giver. But anyway, so I don't know if this is considered future or not, but I'm counting it. And that's The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. And I've always wanted to read this series. I love the movie adaptation. So I'm going to start this. Excited about that. Prompt number 6. Book I am looking forward to. Well, that was a no-brainer for me. I got this book for Christmas. I bought it for my husband to give to me because I knew he wouldn't be able to figure out how to get it and how to get the UK version because I live in the United States and I love this edition. It's Godmersham Park by Jill Hornby, and just look at this. It looks like it's got embroidery. It's got a raised surface. It feels like embroidery. It's got these beautiful end pages, and Jill Hornby, great author photo. I don't know if it has a great dedication or not. Oh, it's got a note to a reader. It's just to Robert, but it's got a note to the reader, and it does have a nice quote from Northanger Abbey. So super excited about starting this book. This might be the first book I start of the year. All right. And the seventh prompt is a book with a protagonist who is older than me. Well, I got this book for Christmas as well. It's the second book in the series by S.J. Bennett that has the Queen, Her Majesty the Queen Investigates. And she's in her 80s when in these books. So they're the not so distant past. That's how you say that. The not so distant past. And I loved The Winds Are Not. So I am so excited to read this one. And I think there's another one coming out this year. So 2023. So I'm so excited. Anyway, I hope I love this book as much as I loved the other books. Super excited about that too. And then number 8, a feel-good book to set the tone for the new year. Doesn't that sound awesome? I mean, I feel like all of these books are going to set an awesome tone for the new year. So thank you to the host for coming up with this. For this prompt, I picked Dear Mrs. Bird by A.J. Pierce. And this is a reread for me. The reason why I want to reread it is because last year I bought Cheerfully Yours, I think it's called, and it's the next one after this. This is a historical fiction, and it was so good. It made me cry, it made me laugh. It's very endearing, so I'm very excited to read it again. And then I just wanted to refresh my memory for Cheerfully Yours. Cheerfully Yours. Is that what I said? Well, I think that's it. I've got old brain and foggy brain, so sorry. But that's just me. Anyway, so that's it for this TBR. My next video will have my reading goals, and we'll have a couple of other books that I'm either hoping to read or am reading for January. And that's getting to be quite a pile, but I think a lot of those are kind of quick, short reads. So I think I can get through this stack and maybe get a couple more done as well. Anyway, Happy New Year. Like I said, be safe, have fun, and yeah, maybe it's even the new year where you are. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you again next time, and I hope all your books are good books. Oh, wait, before I end, please feel free to comment. My comments have been low lately. Miriam Elizabeth Reads has been graciously commenting on my videos, and so I really appreciate her. If you haven't checked out her videos, check out her videos. She's an absolutely sweet person. But please let me know if you're partaking in a readathon this month, what you've read, or what you're going to read. If you've read any of these books that I'm going to read, let me know how you got along with them. And again, I hope to chat with you soon. And one more time, Happy New Year, and I hope all your books are good books. Bye.